More political leaders are joining the effort to recall the judge who sentenced a former Stanford University swimmer to 6 months in jail for sexually assaulting an unconscious woman. Santa Clara County Judge Aaron Persky was reelected Tuesday after running unopposed. Organizers are trying to collect more than 58,000 signatures from registered voters to allow for a recall election. Among those taking part in the effort is consultant Joe Trippi, who has worked with a number of presidential candidates and California Governor Jerry Brown. Should the judge face the consequences for his decision? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page. You can weigh in on Twitter as well. Use the hashtag Fox26for Life. Joining us live in the newsroom is our panel led by our senior legal analyst Chris Tritico, Democratic media consultant Mustafa Tamiz, and Republican strategist and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, this just seems to develop day by day. People are saying they don't want to serve in this judge's courtroom anymore. The last I checked, there were more than 1 million signatures on an online petition. Will this succeed?
Well, in California, they have petition and recall elections, and it's one of the few states in the union that has this. And so will it succeed? I don't know. Will they get enough signatures to have the election? You know, in California, you get enough signatures to do just about anything, and so probably will get enough signatures to have the election. So we'll see where it goes from there. The question, Mustafa, we'll start with you. The question is it right to go behind a judge's decision who merely followed the law and the recommendation of the probation department?
I think that the issue sometimes that's not spoken about is that justice is blind, but it's certainly not colorblind. An exact same case happened at Vanderbilt University. African-American athlete, virtually identical circumstances, was awarded a 15-year sentence. So there is a lot of outcry because of this. And just the prior week, we saw Ken Starr come out of Baylor University and say, you know, I didn't know anything about going on in my university. So there's some sense that there is no accountability for issues like this, and that's why you're seeing a public movement.
But the sentence was within the punishment range set by the legislature.
Right, and in California, unfortunately, if you have this type of assault, it could be tried or prosecuted as a misdemeanor or a felony. Because this person was unconscious, the way the law is written, it was prosecuted as a misdemeanor. So that's exactly what he did. He went within the letter of the law. Each state is different. Each state has different laws. And the sentence that he gave him was within the sentences you give for a misdemeanor crime. What this young man did was absolutely horrendous. It was horrible. But what the judge did, he was actually following the letter of the law. So if anything, we need to talk to the legislators to get that to change. That's the step we need to take.
The young lady wrote a very moving letter, which everyone has cited as very brave. The father wrote a very moving letter in behalf of his son, which everyone has cited as callous. And I found that to be disturbing, that people would attack a father for loving his son.
Well, I think that what's happened is that the public mood has come to a point to saying nothing's being done about this issue on college campuses. And this one particular incident, whichever side you're on it, has brought the American public, and again, in a divisive way. And there's a sense that people aren't held accountable, whether it's because of the color of your skin or whether it's because of these rape cases that are just completely going haywire across college campuses. And so you're seeing a big public outcry on this, and I can sympathize on both sides.
What about the idea that an African-American gets 15 years and a white kid gets 6 months?
Well, again, it depends on which state this person was in. Again, this judge gave the sentence within the letter of the law what a misdemeanor is. And if an African American, unfortunately, if he's in a different state, he gets a different sentence. So it's very unfortunate. If we don't have universal laws for all the states. And to go back to this father, as a parent, I understand why he would want to defend his son. I do think some of the things that he said in the letter, there was a lot of finger pointing everywhere else except for the son. That young man needs to take ownership for what he did, and I don't see that happening here. I think that's really the issue. And instead of attacking the judge, people again need to go to the lawmakers and say, you need to change this law because the judge was doing his job.
What about the university here? And again, we've talked about this with Baylor. there's a culture at universities. We all went to a university, and
I went to the best one, U of H.
And we've got about less than a minute left, and you don't drink, but you know, on college campuses, there's a lot of alcohol going on, and a lot of drinking going on, and a lot of frat parties going on.
Yeah, but it does not excuse the responsibility of young men.
I agree.
And it doesn't excuse that for all of us that this has become a crisis right now on college campuses, and we cannot just continue to say that this is just the way it is and move on. We have to do something about it, and if this is the case that's going to bring everything together, then I'm all for it.
All right, we're going to leave it right there, but let me just say, and I waited till the end to say this, as a criminal defense attorney, I want to say how shocked I am that, and I'm going to step away from my role as a moderator, how shocked I am that legislators and lawyers across the country would say that this judge needs to be removed for following the law. Our justice system says that there are those who have to sit in judgment of others, and we ask judges and juries every day to do the hardest job ever, and that is to judge others and punish them. This judge followed the law, and he did it within the bounds of the law, and he did his job. Removing him destroys that justice system that we set up, and it's wrong. Sally, we'll be back in about 15 minutes with another really good topic.
All right, we appreciate the opinions and the diversity of opinions as well. Thanks so much, guys.